Top of the morning, evening, afternoon, and good night to one and all. It is November 3rd at 9 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Before I get into this, I'm on this thing, right, where I go to bed at a specific time. So I wake up at a specific time, which is really interesting. Like my body internal clock is really, really good. Legit, really good. But what's bad well, let me, before I get into the stream, I want to talk about a couple things. I don't know about everybody else in the world today, but we all have this thing. Everybody's got one, right? There's no such thing as nobody that does not have a phone, right? There's no such thing. I promise you that every person inside of this chat, everybody hold up their phone. Yep. Come on. Yep. Okay, so everybody's got a phone, right? We all have one. Tell me, let's go clockwise. Tell me the purpose of a phone. Jorn, take it away. You are muted or you have no audio.
Let's see if this works.
Well, that works, but that microphone sucks, but it works. Is that the right microphone?
No, that's the MacBook one. It doesn't pick up the other one. The mixer is on. The
Why don't
levels
you
are going.
unplug it? Why don't you unplug it and then replug it back in? Why don't we try that, okay?
Let's try that.
How about now? You want to tap the mic? No, I got nothing. Nope.
MacBook Air then.
Okay, well that microphone it sounds like you're stuck in a bathroom. So is that what we're dealing with the rest of the stream? Because it's gonna be fucking terrible. What about the AirPods in your ear? Can you change it to those?
Let's see. Yeah, that's better.
Oh God.
It's letting me select the mic, and the mixer is picking up the levels. But
okay, anyway, it doesn't matter because I don't know how long the stream's gonna last. Can you explain to me why you don't know what the fuck your phone is? If I asked you to find it and hold it up to the stream, why you can't actually answer it when I call you? What if I was dying, bro? What if I was dying at 7 a.m.? 7 a.m. my time. What happens? What could you possibly have been doing that if I call you 3 times, you don't answer any of those? What were you doing? I am going to dig into your personal life right now.
sure, no problem. So what I usually do just before we go on, I'm awake,
Okay.
is I'll take my shower,
Okay.
get dressed, and then I show up for this stream.
Nice.
So my phone wasn't with me in the bathroom. I never take it with me to the bathroom. So it was downstairs. Stifles brought it up. You missed a lot of calls.
Yeah.
From Jay.
Okay. All right. So let me get this right. Was it the fact that Bree had to text your wife in order to let you know, hey man, some shit's about to pop off. You might want to get your phone. Right. Is that could that possibly be it?
I haven't asked. She just brought me my phone that was downstairs. Like, you
No, no,
missed a
no.
lot
I
of
get
phone
no,
calls.
no, no. I get what happened. I understand that. I don't understand the purpose of having a phone if you don't actually answer the phone. Like
I can see that.
I regardless whether you're taking a shit or you're in the hospital, I can't see why you wouldn't pick up the phone.
In a hospital?
Yes.
Well, it kind of depends how severe you're, how severe under you are, probably how hurt you are. That would kind of,
But somebody would have your phone, right, if you were that hurt, yeah? Like if I had a
yeah,
lopped off
probably,
leg,
probably,
right? If I had a
yeah,
lopped off leg or a pancreas that I shit out, then Bree would probably have my phone, no?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yes.
So that means that Bree would probably pick it up because my phone's blowing up, no?
I would assume so.
Okay, great. Well, maybe have Sniffles become your secretary while you decide to shower because you can't figure out how to fuck to put the phone inside of the shower with you. You know your phone is waterproof, right?
You take it under your shower?
You hear me brush my teeth in the shower every
I
morning.
just thought you just lay it. I've seen your
No.
thing, so I thought you
It's in the
really. Oh,
shower with me, like getting soaking wet. That's why every day that my phone is polished clean because it took a shower with me. I even soap it up sometimes.
I can actually see you do that.
That's why, and that's why there's no fingerprints on the screen because I wash it every day. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, Jesus, I know it's a little bit early for us to do outside of society. It's just like I said, I went to bed at 12, but I don't know about you guys, but my Mac when it flips over time. Thank you, Jorn. Thank you so much. Thank you, Combat. Thank you, Monkey, and thank you everybody else. So I want to talk about this real quick. Do you guys remember where you used to have to go into the computer and then update the time?
Yes.
Matthew in Spain, do you guys have a microphone? Okay, yes. So you remember that, right? Okay, right. When you so okay, you remember that. What happened? Because I took my pills, my Ambien at 12:30. The time never moved. Like
Oh, it's at 3 a.m.
That makes it even weirder for us. It's
3 a.m.
2
is when
a.m.
it
It's not
changes.
midnight. That
okay,
doesn't make any
yeah.
sense.
So,
Why
but
not
that's even
midnight?
okay. Then that doesn't make any sense. So if
Nope.
it happens at midnight, 3 a.m., right? What should happen is it should stay 12 a.m. for a full hour. Like there is from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. You have no idea what fucking time it is. It is just 12:00. It doesn't move. You just so if time of death, if you die
Wing
on
it.
the daylight savings time, if you
Wing
die
it.
at 12:08, you died at 12 a.m. There is no minutes in that. That's what you need to do. But even if that's the case, if it's you sure it's 3 a.m.?
Yes, it's always at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. It'll turn like let's okay, for argument's sakes, if it says 2:59
Yeah.
and then it's supposed to go backwards, it'll go 2:00. Right?
Okay, so that's interesting because if it is okay, that's even more weird because I went to bed the same time that I normally do, right? If it's 3 a.m., that would have been normal time, 12, 1 o'clock. And I woke up at 9 o'clock. I'm sorry, 8 o'clock, like as if this was 9 o'clock. So my body does not know the actual time of, no.
Nope.
No, it
It
doesn't. Your body doesn't
knows
know.
the time to wake up, which is weird.
Know the amount of time you've slept to wake
Yes.
up.
No.
Doesn't know what time it is.
Amount of time. Yes.
Yeah.
You slept
Yes.
your body.
Yes,
your
yes,
body knows.
Yeah.
I sleep this amount of time.
Which
it
is
doesn't
weird.
take into account what time it is.
Which is weird because some people like Jordan sleep till 5 p.m. his time and blame it on the shower. So
You know what the messed up part about all this is? Apparently, because of the time change, this is the time of the year where there's the most amount of heart attacks. I don't know how that correlates, but they say that this is the most amount of heart attacks you get in the year because of the time change.
Is it because of the time change or the temperature getting colder? Because
I
over
don't
here
know.
it also
amount of
goes
heart
up.
attacks.
Yeah. It's always between the time changes. So it's now in fall and then in spring again when it converts again. Those two time frames is always when there's apparently
Maybe
most of
because see that makes me think that's skewed, because if you're basing it off of the time change, that gives you an extra hour, right? So maybe
Mhm.
that's why, because you're trying to pack the amount of heart attacks what you would have in 2 hours in 1 hour. Does that make
Well,
sense?
I think it's because of the amount of stress your body is put through.
The amount of
because
stress
the
I
time
have when I
change.
fucking call the guy in the corner would give me a heart attack. So that's pretty accurate. Normally there would
That
be no
wouldn't work for
problem.
this one, though. Right? That wouldn't work for this because you get an hour extra sleep. So that's not extra
No,
stress.
you don't get. No, you lose an hour. Why would you get an extra hour? Why do people say that? You're not gaining an hour.
You lose an hour.
You're losing
Yeah.
an hour.
In the spring, you gain. In the spring, you gain. Like he said before, spring, fall back, spring forward.
No, spring ahead, fall
No.
backwards.
What? Okay.
It's spring ahead, like there's springs in your feet. You're springing ahead an hour.
Yeah. And
But
then
either
fall
way, I
back
don't
an
think
hour.
you're losing or
No, you
gaining
gain an
hour.
extra hour.
No, you're not gaining anything. It's just an hour
You're-
being taken away, right? Like you're not like, oh, it looks like I can get paid an extra hour. If you're at work, okay, from let's just say you work midnight shift, do they pay you for 9 hours now? No, you still get paid 8 hours. You just go home an hour early. Nobody's gaining or losing an hour. Stop your semantics. Fine, you're gaining an hour. I didn't gain an hour of sleep. I gained an hour of stress trying to get a hold of somebody.
And you gain more daylight, right?
Ooh. I
Well,
still
for
don't
you
understand
guys,
how that works.
in the sun.
Dude, the dude's in Florida. I mean,
Yeah, I have daylight all day, all the time.
No, but I still don't understand how that correlates. Like how you find an extra hour of daylight or not. Even if we didn't change the time, it's still the same time.
I don't even know why we change the time, because it gets darker early now. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
just go back to the regular shit.
you
It's
you
something-
only
This is actually the regular. This is the regular time.
So leave it.
Right,
What
that's
do you
what they're
mean
going
it's the
on.
regular time? So you're saying that the other
Yes.
one we do is horse shit?
Yeah.
Says who? Says you?
Well, you-
Your internal
That
clock?
says that. No. I prefer the other one. But the winter time was supposed to be the standard time.
The solstice? Isn't that what it's called? Winter solstice? Isn't that what it's
Yes.
called?
Yeah, winter solstice.
Didn't we do the research that it came
that's in
from,
December.
what was it, Safe Petroleum or something during World War?
I thought it had
I
something
don't
to do
know.
with the Mayans.
I thought it was the farmers.
Yeah, but
It's
that's
like
the
nobody,
same
like,
thing.
apparently nobody on this panel fucking knows why. We do it because the news
the farmer
tells us
thing
to.
is supposedly the farmer thing is also it's an explanation, but it's not the right one.
The idea is to move an hour of sunlight from the early morning to the evening so that people can make more use of daylight. Benjamin Franklin is often credited as the first to suggest it in the 18th century, after he realized he was wasting his Parisian. What is it?
Parisian?
What is that?
Parisian,
What is it?
like in Paris, Parisian.
I don't get it. I don't get what you're saying. Like, what do you mean in Paris? What?
Like somebody from Paris, a Parisian, someone from Paris, just like someone from
Benjamin
Brooklyn is a
Franklin isn't
Brooklynite.
from fucking Paris.
But he's talking to
It's
the
French
people
roots.
in Paris.
He's got French roots with the last name of Franklin.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know
common
that?
French name, Franklin.
Okay. Anyway, now that we got past daylight savings time for fucking 30 minutes, so I want to talk to you guys about something, right? I got into it with a dude in the comments, and I figured, who else can I drag this in to the mud, into the stream? Who here eats red meat?
I do.
Okay, very good. Now I'll raise my hand too. Anybody here ever had an Impossible or Beyond Burger?
Yes.
Hmm.
I have.
What
Nobody
is
else.
that again?
That is the
What is
wannabe fake meat burger.
Yeah. The veggie burger. Not veggie burger. It's, yeah. But he said fake
Yeah.
meat.
Okay. Now, okay.
Have you?
Let me rephrase
Yeah.
that question. Let me rephrase the question. I
No,
think
Jay,
you've
have
answered me.
you?
let me rephrase that
Oh, okay.
question. Has anybody here ever made their own veggie or impossible burger on a barbecue? Okay, let me try this again. Has anybody here ever had cat food?
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Wet
good.
or dry?
Wet.
Oh,
No.
no.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Oh, because dry food is totally okay for humans.
Oh, that's
Got
okay.
it. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, but you shake your head yes, Matthew, so you ate some cat food before.
I tasted it. Yep.
Okay, very good. Very good. So nobody here has either A, made their own Impossible or Beyond Burger, or B, ever ate wet cat food.
Yes, I
right?
have.
We could be clear.
Yeah.
Okay, great. With that being said, I tried both. Now, you're gonna have to wait for the review because me and Bree both did it, and we relied on people inside of
4?
Discord. Yes, no, Jay Hayes. I just want to be
Oh.
clear. We relied on people on Discord because people are like, "Yeah, man, yo, my nigga, you gotta try the Impossible Burger. Yum, you wouldn't know the difference. Yo, you gotta try Beyond." Okay,
Horseshit.
I want to
Horseshit.
punch you in the fucking face. That's what I'm.
Agreed.
Okay, because it was like eating cat vomit. Bree gagged not once, not twice. She almost threw it up on the fucking table. And you know
Oof.
me with my gag reflex. A toothpick touches my tooth the wrong way, I'm dry heaving. I did not dry heave, but I will tell you this, without spoiling the video, it is the worst abomination of anything ever made. Ever. And by instructions, 2 minutes each side on the Impossible, 4 minutes each side on the Beyond. They smell terrible. It's been outside all night long underneath the banana tree. You would think that animals would eat it, right?
They won't.
You know your shit is disgusting if a turkey vulture won't even eat it because that eats rotten meat on the side of the road. Infected. Turkey vultures fly up to it, look at it, smell
Nope.
it, get the fuck out of here. And
But most of those things.
and piss on their own feet. So if they smell that and they're like, "Oh no, I ain't eating this," it ain't no good for human consumption. That's all I'm saying.
But isn't it mostly chemicals anyway? That it's all fake processed stuff. That's just thrown together.
No, it's not fake. It's not fake. It's legit.
Isn't it like
Like
no,
soy
because,
and
for
peas
instance,
and
Danielle
whatever
has
that's
made
in it.
veggie burgers, right? She's made them, but she's made them from
You're
actual
still
vegetables.
married to her?
Yeah, it's different though. Like if you were to try hers as opposed to the ones that you buy from the store, I'm not saying they're better than meat ones, but they're better than the store-bought ones.
So you're saying that your wife is the next Betty Crocker?
I wouldn't go that far.
For starters, you can't even call those things burgers.
Yeah, you can.
No,
Yo,
it's back in my
hold
day it
on,
was
let me-
called a
that's
veggie
not-
burger.
That's not the topic, okay? Let's go back to topic. I just wanted to
Got it,
bring
okay.
that up. So you all eat red meat here, yeah?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who here believes and actually believes, without looking it up, in their heart of hearts, that red meat is actually good for you? Okay, 3 people believe that. Let's begin. I will put my hand down on this one. Explain to me, clockwise, or whatever, free ball it, why red meat is good for you. Take it away, Jordan.
It's a stupid reason. It's because I believe we've been consuming it ever since we've existed.
Okay.
That's it. But then
Great.
it also comes down to am I eating it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or once in a while? A balanced diet is
2-3 times a week. 2-3 times a week.
That's tipping the scales a little bit. I still think it's healthy, even though it's probably not.
So what would you say is healthy? Once a week?
Yeah, I think so. Once a week.
Okay. Okay. And I want to be clear here. I'm not saying, when I'm saying healthy, I'm talking about good for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. Not that you can
Yes.
eat it. We're saying good for you. Okay. Matthew?
I think so because we're supposed to be omnivores, and I think there's certain things. I know there's certain things in red meat that you can't get out of vegetables.
Like?
like protein.
Creatine, for instance.
Protein you could get from beans.
No,
You could actually
creatine.
get. No, I was countering Spade. He
Oh.
said protein. You get protein in fucking almonds, and beans. Beans is higher than I think. Lobster is higher. Yeah, lobster has more protein in it than red meat does. I'm sorry. You said creatine? Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
So there's
So you, what do you say? Once a week?
once, twice a week. Yeah.
Mm. Okay. And Spade, we're gonna go somewhere with this.
I was like I was saying protein. I was saying protein because you get more protein. If I'm not mistaken, believe that you get more protein from meat than you would from, 5 cans of peanuts that you're going to eat.
You get fat out of it.
You would get more
Get fat
protein
from
from a
both of them.
lobster tail. I think a lobster
Too
tail
much
has
is-
3 times the amount of protein than a steak does. You can
The
look that
lobster
up.
tail is lean, right? There's
Yeah, very
no
lean.
fat in it.
No, I there's a lot of what is it? There's a lot of something in it that's not good for you, but the protein is through the roof. And I learned that from Jason Colin Levin. Remember that crackhead? Okay, so the point I'm trying to get is, where do you guys get this information from? You probably got it from the internet, right? Or did you just get that from knowledge yourself?
The internet.
Bit of
Yeah.
both,
Yeah,
I think.
internet probably.
A little bit of the internet, yeah. So everybody says internet here.
People around.
Yes.
Okay.
Like,
Word of mouth, old school
Yeah.
internet, if you will. Okay. Old school rumors would be today's
Yeah.
internet. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So do you believe everything you hear?
No.
Not always.
Okay. Because for every link that you could show me that red meat is good for you, I could show you a counter link to that showing you that red meat is not good for you. Right?
yeah.
No? Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
So who's to say who's right or wrong? The guy that would have the heart attack, right, from the red meat. That would be the actual
But that's the thing, though. How are you going to prove
Can't
that?
argue that.
How are you going to prove
Yeah,
that the person
you
had a
have
heart attack from all that meat?
If that
Yeah,
guy
that's
eats
true.
red meat 5 days out of the fucking week and has a heart attack, I don't think there's better proof of it that it's not good for you.
You
What
can't.
if he was smoking also?
No,
What
he
if he
doesn't
was-
smoke. All this guy does is he just eats red meat. That's all that he does. Carnivorous, if you will.
But that's
Yeah,
why
but
they have
then-
the carnivore diet, right?
Yeah. And
Okay.
there's people that feel better on the carnivore diet than on a
Yeah, but
regular
they,
I've
one.
heard
yeah,
that.
but they
I've heard
already
that.
have a disease. They go to the diet because they're countering symptoms of another existing disease. That's why they go to the carnivore diet. It's usually because they have existing conditions with their dietary system or their colon. So they counter it with that. But that's because you already have something wrong with you.
Yeah, or someone wants to do, or someone just wants to be, different and just, I want to do the carnivore diet like people do with the ketosis, right? Or keto. It's the same thing. But I love red meat. Okay, I love filet mignon. I love a nice juicy medium rare burger. Oh, dude, all day, right? I love it, and I'll
That's what I'm
never
doing today.
stop. That being said, I got into an argument with a dude this morning about red meat being good for you. I looked on the internet. Like, I want to find an article that just says, and I'm not talking about you, Jorn, Matthew, Spade, myself. I want to see a scientific article that shows me why red meat is good for you. Like, tell me why it's good for me. Protein, fine, I could get that somewhere else. Next. You use the argument, Matthew, of creatine. I didn't see that in any of the articles I read. So me and this guy are getting into it, and he's saying, yeah, if you do a lean cut of meat. Guess what a lean cut of meat still has? Saturated fats, sodium, cholesterol. All things not good for you. Now, I'm not sitting here trying to be like a tree hugger or nothing. But I just think it's fascinating that all of us, with the exception of me prior to this morning, I guess yesterday I mentioned it, which is why I'm talking about it now, is that I do not believe that red meat is good for you in any fashion. Just like they're saying now that drinking red wine all the time is not good for you.
I think an alcoholic said that.
Well, the French, right? The French started that, dipping their steaks in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just think that they were alcoholics. They wanted a reason to drink, so they were just like, let's tell people that a little bit of wine every day is good for you.
Well, remember with eggs, they told us that eggs are bad for us. Then they
Yeah,
said
they
eggs
have
are
high
good
cholesterol.
for us. Then
Yes.
now they're bad for us. But now they're good for us because it's been
Right.
extensively studied and it's been proven that it does not raise or lower your cholesterol. While it is high cholesterol, the DHT or DHZ, the protein in it, breaks down the cholesterol before it hits your heart.
Faster. Yeah.
So,
but that seems to happen for a lot of food products, what you just said, because
Not red
fish
meat.
Is good for you. Fish is not good for you. Fish is
The
good
point
for
I'm
you.
trying to get is not red meat. Red meat has never been one of those things. Due to my 2 hours of searching this morning, red meat has never been a thing where it is good for you. Like when I'm saying good, like healthy for you to go eat it. If it tastes good, it's probably not good, right? I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah.
No.
If it tastes too good, it's probably not good for you.
I mean, I love me a birthday cake, right? I don't think anybody is going to tell me that that's healthy.
No.
But that might also be because there are certain studies or certain people that say that part of us evolving from cavemen and whatever, it is partly due to consuming meat, red meat, because that gives you more energy and more fats than
So does sugar.
any
Okay.
whatever. So
I can agree with that.
helped us evolve from something that's in a tree to something that walked on
Those
two legs.
red meats that they ate, though, I'm going to sound like a
Different.
tree hugger, were non-hormonal,
Yes.
non-steroidal, right?
Yes.
We're talking about just a
All
random
natural.
cow
Yeah.
walking around eating grass. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
A
that's
wild
kind of what I
turkey.
was getting at. It's natural. It was more natural. Is it because of that and the stuff you can find in meat nowadays that it's now no good for you anymore? Is it because of us? Because we don't need that extra energy and extra fat to
We
survive?
don't. We're sitting
So-
down.
Yeah,
Yes.
We'll find the energy in sugar, right? We'll find the energy in fruit. It's not
Yeah.
like we're in a cave and there's a saber-toothed tiger outside that we could go eat.
Then
And then
again,
on
if
top
we
of that, now we have the certainty that every day when we wake up, for most of us, we have a meal waiting for us. So people will probably eat what they can,
No hunting.
and
Yeah,
then
no
the
hunting
next
needed.
meal is uncertain. So kind of survive on what you get.
there is also the thing that most vegetarians or vegans, if you look at them, they don't look very healthy.
healthy.
And they have to take a wide array of supplements,
Okay, but
vitamins, and whatever.
in all
because they don't
fairness,
get it
though,
out of it.
Matthew, but in all fairness, these are people that are having no meat, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Fine, but that's not ruling out just red meat. That's chicken, fish. That's all
Nothing,
meats. Yeah, that I think that's a bit extreme. I think red meat. My own experience. Look, I lost 50 pounds. How did I do that? Cutting out a lot of saturated fats, a lot. And it worked. And I don't think there's anywhere that will tell you that saturated fats are good for you. Unsaturated fats, absolutely. Saturated fats that are in red meat, that's in pork, bacon, nowhere. You're not going to find it nowhere. That's all. That's, and I think we're very firm as to believe what we actually see on the internet, which leads me to this little sweet number. So I pulled this up too. This is interesting. What you're looking at is a map of United States. Now with this map, there are two spades. That is weird. With this map, this shows you, this is based off of 5 different polls. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's got Democrats at 270 and Republicans at 260, 268.
Wow. So that's what the preliminary polls are saying for November 5th.
That's based off of 5 different ones.
Hey, I have a question. Didn't they say the same exact thing when Trump was going up against Hillary Clinton? That Hillary was going to win it? I'm
I
almost
don't
positive.
remember. I don't
I'm almost
remember.
positive. Yeah. These
Trump.
polls are just educated guesses. you
Well,
know?
yeah, it's people that are paid to put numbers together.
Right.
But that just goes to show that if you believe everything on the internet, basically
Going to win.
Harris is going to win the presidency. And we
And
will find
Trump
out.
is going to say he won anyway. Whether he lost or he won, he's going to win anyway. So
Yeah.
Well, you know what his problem is? He's not eating enough of red meat.
No, I'm sure he is. He eats it with.
Oh yeah, he probably is. He's
Ketchup.
probably eating steak.
He does.
7
He
days
eats
a week.
steak with ketchup.
Shut up.
does
Google
he
it.
use
He says he loves
up.
ketchup on his steak,
Shut up.
and he likes it
Ooh.
well done. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
No.
So you're
shut up.
telling me the
That's the-
choice is Harris, which is probably a closeted vegan, or Trump that eats steak with ketchup? Ooh, that's a rough vote.
Yes.
forget
He
about
loves
the ketchup.
McDonald's,
Well
apparently.
done.
That is accurate. Donald Trump, likes well done. It's some
Oh.
type of
That's the worst way to eat it.
Oh, you just lost my vote.
That's what all it
oh,
took.
oh my, yeah, no, he likes it almost burnt, like
Yeah.
burnt, dipped in. Now, here's the deal with ketchup. Go back to that veggie burger thing. If I'm short, now I had it just the meat patty, right? But I could eat a regular hamburger with no bun, no
Meat.
ketchup, no nothing.
Right.
Just right off a barbecue, and it's delicious, unseasoned. So when we did it that way. Now I'm sure if I added ketchup, mustard, even mayonnaise, and
Oh, it would
pickles and
taste amazing.
onion, I'm sure it would be fine.
Condiments
because you
make
have-
it. Yes.
Yeah, you're absolutely. But the idea is, if I could eat a regular hamburger this way, I should be able to eat a regular veggie burger this way in its most basic form.
Nope.
You shouldn't have to drown it in other flavors,
That's
so
right.
you don't taste the thing you're eating anymore. That's
That's
not
right.
good.
Well, a super steak eater will tell you that if you put any type of sauce on your steak, you're not eating it the correct way. All you're doing is you're masking the flavor.
None of you, let's be honest though. I'm not going to stick up for Trump real quick, but I will say this. I've had steak with ketchup. It's not bad.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's
I don't
not,
like
come on. It's not bad.
especially well done. Hell no.
Oh, no, no,
I'm-
no, no,
I-
no, no,
I'm-
no, no. Easy. I'm not, the thing is with ketchup is I can elect to put that on
Yes.
a piece of steak. With well done, there is no elect. It is, the whole thing is a hockey puck.
Well, you can marinate a steak in ketchup, right? Or
Sure.
ketchup.
Yeah, you
Break,
can do that.
it'll break
It's
down those
different, though.
fibers.
Yeah, but
quick.
it's the acidity, so you can use a kiwi or whatever,
Sure,
or lime, or
sure.
lemon, or whatever, an orange, and you can use ketchup as well. And most of or a lot of those marinating sauces, they have tomatoes or
Yes.
something in it.
Yep.
So
Again, you said it. It's because of the acidity in them. It breaks down the fibers to make it more tender. That's the whole reason for it.
I have no problem with the ketchup. I have more issues with the well done part.
well done. Nope.
That's a rough one to get over.
Like my mother loves well
I didn't
done,
know
but
that.
the only reason why she does that is because she doesn't like seeing when you see the blood coming out of steak,
Which
The
isn't even
hemoglobin.
blood anyway.
Yeah, it's
Myoglobin.
hemoglobin.
Myoglobin. Yeah.
Yeah, so when that comes, she doesn't like the sight of that. She gets queasy, so she just likes everything well done. So that way she doesn't have to worry about that.
Well, you
Well,
could
they need to
strain that
have-
out of a steak too.
Yeah.
You could press it. You could press that blood out of the blood
Yeah, but then it
out
looks
of a steak.
but then it looks red. It looks red. She doesn't like that the meat is
Okay,
looking
so she
red.
doesn't like the pink look to it. Yeah. Well,
Yes.
she's got to get colorblind because I can't tell the difference between medium rare
Agreed.
or well done.
Agreed.
I
You
have
should
to
change-
ask
you should
everybody.
trade
So,
eyes
"Look,
with
it
my
looks
mom.
perfect. Great.
Yes.
I just have to go by, I don't know, just knowing how to cook a steak, I guess. Well done. I did not know that. Nope.
Yeah.
Wow. I think it's fascinating, man. You start to look at these polls, bro, and I'm looking at polls. Obviously, Trump says he's going to win. You look at, but the crazy part is when you look at Trump's polls, right? It's got him winning by a landslide. But when you look at Harris's polls, she wins barely 2, 3 states. So
I think that's
It's like-
more realistic.
it'll be really realistic. I mean, same thing happened with Biden, right? It's the key states. It's what happens with those 4, 5 key states. is going to
What is it?
dictate.
New York, California, Florida, and
No,
Texas? No. What's the
no.
fourth one?
It's Arizona,
Oh,
Georgia. Without looking this up, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania,
because those are the
Michigan.
swing states, right?
Yeah, I can't remember the fifth one. I can't remember. Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania. There's a fifth one.
I'm also very interested in the turnout.
I don't know when we find out. I think we have to wait till end of November. You guys saw I don't know. I don't honestly I have no idea when the actual date is.
For what?
When you hear the winner.
Well, the winner is after November 5th, so it could be at the end of the night or something like that. But
No.
it doesn't get
That early?
ratified or something until like 2
No.
weeks later. I think it's it's a deadline, like 2 weeks later or something, or a month later.
No, it can't be the same night. I don't anybody in chat? No, I can't find it online, and I'm not going to sit here and look through all these websites. I can't find a clear-cut answer.
It says hit 270, says Mike Walsh.
Yeah,
No,
270
270 is a number.
Yeah, no. I need the date.
That is a number.
Yeah, it's a
Good.
number. It's just not. Yeah,
He needs a date.
0875. It's a PIN number for a debit card. Doesn't really help us right now, but it's a number. No, I need the date of when the actual is finalized. Yeah, bro. I'm telling you, I go around my neighborhood, man. The amount of Harris Walls shit that I see.
Ooh.
Really? I have the complete opposite. My
Isn't that
whole
fascinating too?
neighbor-
Because Florida is typically a red
Yes!
state, and then New York is typically a blue state. So to see the opposites, that's
My
fascinating.
neighborhood where I live is everyone, like literally across the street. There's a sign on the light post that says "Vote Republican." Everyone in the neighborhood over here, and I would say the 510 block area, is all red. They all have everything that has to do with Trump, which is surprising.
Well, that could be because if you're in a blue state, people that are red want to be more heard, and vice versa. If you're in a red state, people that are blue
Possible.
want to be more vocal about it
Makes
to
sense.
convince people.
And if I drive 2 hours away north to in New York, that's what we call upstate New York. Everything there is red. It's only New York City that creates
That's
the
all that
blue
matters.
state. Yeah,
That's all that matters.
because of the
You know, what's
population.
even crazier is well, it's not even just the population. Based off of the town, we just saw this the other day in Oz. Based off the town, so if you have a prison in that town, right? Those people that are in prison, although they cannot vote, are considered constituents. So if you have an area that is packed with prisons and a majority of those people vote for blue, guess what those people in prison voted for?
Blue.
For electoral college, it's blue.
So they just lump
that
them in
shouldn't
with
count.
the majority.
Because that's the population of said city.
Well, that's what happens here with people that don't vote, right?
Yeah, but I don't know how it happens when the people are actually in prison, because your vote doesn't count. You do not have any civil rights at that point. You
I don't
can't
know,
go out
Paul.
and vote.
I don't know, but wouldn't they be considered non-voters either? So if you don't vote, your vote is lumped in with whoever wins. Same thing as with the prison system on your guys' end. So it might very well be that it's the same thing here.
Not if you don't show up. Your vote doesn't count anything. It doesn't go to the winner anymore. It's what used to be when you, if you had the option to do an invalid vote. With the electronic ones, you don't even have that option. It just goes nowhere.
Huh.
Oh, wait, the electronic ones, you can abstain?
Yeah, you can vote on nobody, but then it goes to the majority,
Mm.
regardless. So you still showed up. If you don't show up, you haven't given any permission.
In prison, you're
Your
going to
vote
show up
doesn't
any
exist.
other way.
Well, I haven't showed up for a while.
I have
Hi,
an
Belgian
idea.
government.
Like my father's been dead for 5 years now, right? At the last election when I went there, his name was on the sheet. Like he could go there and vote. Like they were going to check him off. So I'm thinking if somebody goes in with me and then just says that their name is George, they can vote.
Can you vote by proxy?
No.
No. Well,
Mm.
yes.
If you have the paperwork.
Yeah, depending on if Bria's paralyzed, God forbid, I can vote for her based off of certain documentation. I can't just go in and be like,
No. But if you have,
And here,
yeah. There is a way to do that. Did you guys see this? I posted it in Discord. You guys saw this? Nobody saw this? Let me play it for
Cardi
you.
B.
No, not
Yep.
Yet. 1 second, guys. 1 second.
As an entertainer, you suck.
Okay. So I don't take lightly the call. Sorry, guys. I'm a little nervous. Guys. I've been waiting for this moment this whole life. My whole life.
she looks in pain.
She's trying to look at the teleprompters on the ground. The problem is they're going to be reversed and upside down because it's on a reflection. So you
Yeah.
can't read it that way. The teleprompters, the mirrors have to be working.
I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl? I need patience over here.
It
You
also
can't even
means
remember the
you
first two
have an original
sentences
thought
that
in your
you're
head,
supposed to say. Like, I don't understand.
Hold on. How you guys doing tonight?
Oh, now you figure it out.
Okay.
It's quick on her feet.
Yeah. 2 minutes later.
Oh, she's
Like I said.
quick on her feet.
She doesn't have an original thought in her in that emptiness of you call a head. She can't even wing it if she's that. Oh, pro
saying.
Harris.
What kind of like you're supposed to read it before you're supposed to, they give you a copy so you know what you're reading.
Dude, she's
It's
an
not just out of the
entertainer.
blue.
She can't suck something out of her thumb on the spot.
Good
Like,
start.
oh, I'm here
And
for
she's
this.
the
I
same.
have an idea what I'm here to do, so let me wing it for it. No.
Well,
Okay.
it's not because you're a good singer that you're a good public speaker.
Well, she's probably pretty.
But she's read it before, though. This isn't the first time.
It's
Hold
not
on.
because she's a singer that she's smart enough to.
Hold on.
No, it doesn't
Remember.
speak about
Hold on.
intelligence.
Here it comes.
I need patience over here. Patience, where are you, girl?
I feel
need patience over here.
Oh.
so cringy. Just watch.
Just
Hold
flat out say
on.
it.
How you guys doing tonight?
Okay. I'm going to ask a stupid question, right? I'm just going to ask it. Why are you licking your teeth? Why is that supposed to be sexy? What is
you-
that? Like this.
Mm.
What is that supposed to be sexy?
Because the lips
I
I
start
don't know.
stick.
Maybe it's numb.
Her mouth is dry.
Oh, okay. All right.
How you guys doing tonight? Are we ready to make history?
You're not.
Are we ready to make history? Are we ready to change these 4 years? No. Are we ready to change the next 8 years? Because we're going to make sure we have Kamala Harris in office for 8 years.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
Check. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, they gave her her
No.
phone to read it off?
Oh,
No.
Yo,
oh.
yo,
All right.
here it comes.
Vice President Kamala
This is what you've waited for. This was her script.
Harris, thank you for having me. I do not take lightly the call to show up, the call to speak up, the call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now. Now,
would
I
have
took my
remembered
time
it.
writing this speech, so I'm gonna make sure I deliver it right. Because
If you took time writing a speech, you would think that you would have rehearsed that in your head.
No
Where
way.
you would have at least known 2-3 of your beginning lines. Right? Like, okay.
I got something I've been wanting to say for a long time. I've been saying it.
Okay, we could listen to this all day, but I'm not going to do it. Why is it that? Well, I know the answer to this, but don't you find it fascinating that the Democratic Party always uses celebrities? Eminem, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. You don't find that interesting that they
Wait.
appeal to the younger crowd by using people that are popular to them?
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yep.
but the Republicans did the same thing, except they used older people. Hulk Hogan.
Okay.
I think most of the youth don't even know. who
I'm
Hulk
saying
Hogan is.
most people don't know Hulk Hogan except for us, right? You're appealing to the wrong crowd, Republicans. You got to get somebody young, fresh, and into. I don't even know why you're pulling in celeb. Well, I know why. It's a tactic, and it works.
Well, this one
yeah.
didn't work. So let's
it
be honest.
does.
This one-
It will.
No, this one backfired.
You don't even want to hear. Do you want to hear the rest of the speech?
No.
Honestly,
Good. She sounds like Fran Drescher, by the way.
Yeah, very.
no. Fran Drescher sounds so much better. What are you talking about?
Ooh,
Fran is so much better.
ooh. That's a voice that only. Oh my god.
Dr.
Do you know who that is, John? Fran Dresser?
Yes.
Oh
The
god,
nanny.
that
Yeah, the
that
nanny.
voice will go right.
But she
through
doesn't
your
sound
ears.
that way in real life, right? It's
A
exaggerated.
little
it's
bit.
a
A little. She
A
does.
little bit.
She doesn't have the nasal thing, but she exaggerates it in the series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It wasn't as bad in real life. I remember in interviews like, oh, this is almost tolerable.
It's when she starts talking louder, you can really hear.
Yeah.
But this makes her look dumb.
That's because she is dumb. Remember, she's a stripper turned rapper. She wasn't a
Yeah.
fucking.
Okay, that's not dumb, though. Let's be clear. That's not dumb.
Have you ever seen another interview with her?
It doesn't matter. She's making money, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean just because you're making money
She's
doesn't
smarter
mean
than
that you're
you.
smart. No, she got lucky and she was able to get her start.
If it
not
was,
how
if
that
it was,
works.
if it was luck, it would have been over by now.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Her body may look better than Spades, right?
100%. I will agree with that. 110%.
That's
irrelevant.
irrelevant.
certain
That's
advantages.
not luck. That's not luck. That's intelligence. She's smarter than all of us on the panel, right? I mean, what are we talking about right now?
Well, how? Okay. Since you're taking her side, how is she smarter
It's
than
not
us?
taking her side. No, see, I like how you flip that. That's fine. Go ahead, give it to me. I'm taking her side. Go ahead, go. So I'm taking her
No,
side.
but if you're saying that, that's fine. I want to understand. You think because she's rich and famous, she's smarter than us? IQ has nothing to do with that.
No, but she's rich and famous.
Yeah, okay. So
But IQ does nothing for that, though.
okay,
Being rich and
that's fine.
famous.
What would you do right now to be rich and famous? Anything, right? You'll do anything right now for
course.
$30 million, yes?
Of course. So
The
should
problem
she.
is
Everyone
she
will.
doesn't need to do that for $30 million. You understand?
Right. Because she got her lucky break and was
No,
able
no.
to do what she's doing.
No. It's not luck, bro. It's not luck. You keep using luck. Luck has shit to do with it.
Why, you wouldn't eat fish sticks, would you?
Right. The point I'm trying to make is why do I think she's more intelligent than us? How
Yes.
do you gauge someone's... Would you not agree that someone's success is based off of their intelligence?
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about right now, right?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah.
Jobs, Warren
Yes.
Buffett, Elon Musk.
Yes.
It's okay. That's how I know she's more intelligent than us. That's the answer.
Yeah,
I
we're not talking.
understand people don't like that, but that's my answer.
We're not
Yeah,
talking
because even if
overall
she's not the
intelligence, right?
smartest, she was smart enough to maybe network her way with people that are smarter to get her in the position that she is in right now.
That's right.
Yeah, but that's what I want. We're not talking general intelligence. If you
Right.
make her take the IQ test, I would probably add up to next to nothing. But she was smart enough to get where she is.
If that's the case, if you're smart enough to get to where you are, then you should be able to remember 2 sentences until
I
they fix the
agree.
fucking prompter.
That
Oh,
has
That's
nothing
what
to
I've been
do
saying
with.
since the
That's
beginning.
not intelligence. That's smart and dumb.
Well, not necessarily, because there's been many stars that have ghostwriters. They don't know how
Eminem.
to put a song together.
Eminem.
Eminem has a ghostwriter,
Yes.
or is a ghostwriter. I know I know for a
Both.
fact he's a ghostwriter.
Kill
He
Shot.
writes for others.
Kill Shot against MGK was not written by Eminem. It was written by the same guy that did MGK's shit. The same
really?
guy that wrote MGK wrote Eminem's. Yes. It's the same shit. Same dude. Ghostwriter. Both of them. Yes.
Interesting.
Ah,
Interesting.
yeah. Okay.
Apparently,
well,
a lot of them
yeah.
are. I read an article that most of the younger popular stars, that's one dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Makes songs.
regardless,
That's what they were promising.
you guys disagree? You don't think that Cardi B is more intelligent than the rest of us on this panel?
In regards to making money,
No.
Yeah.
No. We're not adding shit to the question. It's just a simple, it is a simple, broad question. Do you think that you are smarter than Cardi B?
yeah,
Then why is she better off than you?
because she's better at some aspect of it.
You're cute.
So you haven't found your
You're
aspect
cute,
yet.
man. You're
Nope.
cute. You're cute. Okay.
But I agree with him though.
Okay. That's fine. You guys are stubborn. Do you think you're more intelligent than Cardi B, Jordan?
Based on my bank account, no.
Okay. I'm with you. If we're basing success off of intelligence, absolutely not. We are not even in the same spectrum.
But that's the thing though. I think we're wrong on that. We shouldn't base success on intelligence.
Okay, but then even if she has talent, that can be. You can debate that if she has talent
That's
or
not
not.
her
She found a
intelligence.
loophole. She find either a loophole or other people to work with her to accentuate the little talent she has and bring it to like a 9 and make money off of it. Even though it will probably last her a couple of years, if she spends her money wisely, that will be more than enough so she doesn't have to do another thing for the rest of her life. If she spends it wisely and she makes a lot of money in that 8 to 10 years, she and her kids kids are probably well off.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't think
so
we'll ever have that opportunity.
that's still not general intelligence in my book. That's just being
Yes,
just
because you were
potato.
smart enough to create something for yourself, and now you make lots of money. Doesn't matter what it is.
No, that's why I said
You were
in
smart
that
enough to
aspect.
see it.
But that doesn't mean you're intelligent. If you succeed in one thing, whether it's luck, whether it's talent, whether
Well,
it's you
then it
being in
comes
the
down.
right place at the
Well,
right time, that's not
Well,
intelligence. She's
but
just a
that's
love
the
of
best
potato.
comparison. That's the best comparison. Would you rather be a person that has an IQ of 190 and be homeless, or be Cardi B
But
All right,
that's
let
not
me-
the
let me-
and be less
your
Hold on.
intelligent?
question is,
Let's just clear
Is she
this up.
intelligent?
Let's clear this up. Let's clear it up. I'm going to give you the definition of intelligence. Okay? Listen. Intelligence is the ability to learn, understand, and adapt to new or challenging situations. It can also be defined as the ability to solve complex problems and make decisions that benefit the actor or the person. Intelligence is a combination of several skills, including problem solving, understanding abstract concepts, and critical thinking. Is she more intelligent than us based off of those definitions alone?
Nope.
No.
Yes.
I'm gonna side with Jordan here.
But she doesn't know how to read a teleprompter. She needs her phone.
Doesn't matter.
Well, no.
No,
In
but
her
tomorrow-
defense, though, the
tomorrow-
teleprompter wasn't working, Matthew. In her
It doesn't
defense,
Tomorrow
matter. An
shoots.
intelligent person would have known the speech and would
Okay,
have
then
known
Trump.
how to-
Okay, then Biden or Trump or Barack Obama or Ronald Reagan. They all read from teleprompters. All of them.
But Obama could
Trump
swing
doesn't.
it.
Trump
Trump
does.
Swing it.
What the
Yep.
fuck do you mean Trump doesn't? Yes, he does.
He's just talking out of his ass most of the time.
You don't think that there's keynotes that he brings up on that teleprompter?
That's just to remind him, like, don't just talk about immigration.
If you
Talk
don't
about
use a
this also.
teleprompter-
And he did.
Remove. If you don't use a teleprompter, Trump, then remove him. What the fuck do you need him for? That's what I would say. Then remove him. Take him down.
Okay.
Shut the monitors off. It's fine. Bullshit. They all use it. All of them. All of them do. So I don't think we could gauge intelligence based off of what you can remember, right? That based off that definition, that ain't got shit to do with intelligence. Intelligence would be able to fire from the hip, and then, which I
right.
can
She
say that
must
she
have-
didn't do
she didn't
that.
do that,
She
though.
did not do that, right? But at the
No.
same time, none of us are up there with all those people in front of them trying to speak
That
either.
is
So
correct.
you don't know,
But she's a blue.
You don't know what
A
that's
lot of
like.
stress.
She should be. That should be normal for her, right? Being in front of a massive amount of people.
I'm sure her concerts have more people than what that Harris thing had.
Hey, but question.
right?
If
But
you
she knows
guys
her
mess-
songs.
If you guys mess up like that on your job, do you still get the full pay? Do you think she got paid less?
I don't think so. I
don't
think
think
she got
so.
paid regardless.
No,
Yeah,
that
why-
was just a publicity stunt.
Then in my mind,
Oh,
it also
it's free?
why
Do you
was
think
she-
it's free?
Yes, I know for
Oh.
now. I know for a fact that's a lie. It's definitely because you're sitting there and be like, oh, I'm going to be talking to all these millions of people. That's just you having another outlet to express who you are, so that way more people can know about you.
Why was she nervous?
It's not a money that you're getting now; it's a passive income because they'll come
Nervous,
back.
I think, because she's speaking in regards to a president-elect.
Because she doesn't know what she's talking about.
I agree. With
Okay,
that,
but
Joe.
just because you're nervous does not make you not intelligent.
No, but she
Correct.
shouldn't be.
I will
nervous
agree with that.
because She's used to that.
Okay, if I have a poem that I've said 1,000 times, right? Then obviously I'm gonna remember it. Her doing a concert, she obviously knows this song comes on. I just go along with it. Okay, this is I'm not. Again, it sounds like I'm sticking up for. I'm just saying that you don't know what you're about to say. You don't even know the script. You didn't write that clearly. You're just a puppet. Okay.
She said that she did though, right?
Yeah, she wrote it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And
I'll do you
Whatever.
one better, Jay. We have the perfect example in here. You can sit in front of a bunch of people and you don't need any points, you don't need anything. You can talk their ears off and
Right.
entertain.
right.
So, are you nervous when we do this?
This is different, right? If there were 3 million people in here, I'd still be able to do the same. When you're actually in front of people, it's a little bit different. But I will say this. If you're in front of, there's a general rule of thumb when you do comedy, when I did stand up. If there are 10 people that you could speak in front of, you could speak in front of 25. If you could speak in front of 25, you could do 50. Once you do 100, you could do 1,000. Once you do 1,000, you could do 10,000. Now, what the problem is when you go from 5 to 1,000, it's a big difference. All right, because those 1,000 people are all listening to you. The 5 people
Right.
are probably talking amongst themselves. So I'm not saying that there was more people there than there is in a concert, but she doesn't get up at a concert and speak about. She might say Harris 2024 or whatever because she was paid to do so. Does she really believe that Harris is better for this country? Honestly, probably. Why? Because
probably
she's
does.
black and it's
Not
a
smart.
woman.
woman.
Right. That's probably why she believes that she's better. She doesn't know fuck all about politics. Nothing.
Most people
Clearly-
don't.
Sure. I just think that you would come better prepared.
I agree.
I don't know. Go flashcard, right? Have a backup plan. Write some shit down, pull it out of a note. That's what Eminem did. Just pull it out. Read it. I'm out. That's it. The fact that people
You-
think that that's genuine is fascinating to me. Like, you watch that and you're like, wow, she really feels that way. Wow. You had to write it
Say
down.
I mean,
You're dumb.
yeah. Well, okay. My argument to defend her a little bit, and I do not know who this person is. I have
Yeah,
no
you do
idea.
wet ass
I've
pussy.
probably I've
Yeah,
heard it
wet
maybe
ass
once or
pussy.
so.
Wow.
I have no maybe. So, actors, what is their profession? What is the baseline? What they
Lying.
do?
Lying.
Yeah, lying, but then also remembering lines that someone else
Memorizing
wrote,
the
right?
lines. Yes.
Okay, when they accept an award, what they always do, most of them do, is they
They
pull
look at a
out
piece of paper right before.
prepared text. Their profession is to learn lines all the time, and they still go to a piece of paper to remember the speech.
Yep.
So
Look at every
performing it
awards
and then
show.
actually delivering it in the moment in front of a lot of people is still different.
And it's more impactful than you just remembering some lines to a song, right? Like, you are speaking in
course.
regards
Right.
to
More personal.
yeah. Yeah.
She should have done an accent like Kamala does. She did.
Which one?
Well, one of the
Because she has a couple.
32 now, I think, because apparently she did another one, and she sounds like a black minister in a church now.
Hallelujah! Praise Jesus.
I'll tell you what,
Yes.
if it's any consolation to you, Matthew, she likes her steak medium rare.
She has his vote now.
That's still. That's still.
What's wrong with medium rare? Medium rare is the
Nah.
best way to have a steak.
Yes.
You got the crisp on the outside and the juice on the middle.
I
Yes.
kind of like it just under that.
You like rare? That is under that. There
He likes
is
chewing.
No, in between, medium rare can be. Well, it's good, but I kind of like it a little less.
Rather.
so you like it rare, right? Like it
Yeah.
that's how it goes. Okay. I mean,
Blue.
there might be a
It's
light
blue.
rare.
Yeah, it's blue. No, it's blue,
Yeah,
rare, medium rare, and then medium well, and then well
no,
done.
medium. No, medium.
Oh, yeah,
you-
medium, yeah.
Yeah, you have blue, which is out of the box. One,
Yeah.
I think it's
Done.
10 seconds each side.
Not even.
There you go. They just take it out of the package and slap it on your plate, put some pepper on it. This is it. All right, you got blue, rare, medium, medium well done, and burnt.
Yes.
Those are your options.
I like
Hockey puck.
rare to medium rare.
Okay, so all right, it's not that bad, but
Okay,
it's
well,
still
that's
chewy.
Kamala Harris then. That's what you got, because I could get down with a rare steak. I just would like some charred grizzle on the outside of it. You know, I want to bite
agree with
into that burnt part on the edges.
It gives
So-
flavor.
Some ketchup?
Oh,
No.
caramel.
Catch some BBQ sauce, throw it on the top, and now I've got a
You're
Philly
done.
cheesesteak without the cheese. I've just got a Philly
Some
steak.
special, some special burger on the side? No?
Yeah, veggie burger. Yum.
Veggie. And that's vegetable. Oof.
Well,
I mean, you usually have vegetables with steak, right? So a veggie burger next to a steak is okay. That's your vegetable.
It's making me-
the one I tried wasn't as bad. I still
my
haven't
parents-
tried it ever since, so it was that good that I haven't ordered it.
You only need
since
to
I
have it
tried
once.
one.
Yeah, you only need to have it
Yes.
once. It was that good. That's it. I'm done. Never again.
My-
It wasn't
My
as
parents-
bad. There you go.
My parents recently got some of those hamburgers by mistake. They tried it, and neither of them ate the entire hamburger. And my mom said it's like it's gritty. It tends to fall apart.
Yes. Some of them do
That's
is
not
rough.
what
If
a
you
hamburger
cook 'em
should do.
too much.
It's rough. It's very rough. It's if you said to me you can either eat another one of these or vote for Kamala Harris, I will be at the booths tomorrow.
And that also is a concept
bad,
that I
huh?
do not understand. So you do not want to consume meat products, but you still miss it because you're going after things that taste like it.
If
They make
someone is
fake-
doing it, the only argument I can see is if someone is doing it because they cannot have red meat because they're too fat or their arteries are clogged, fine. If you are going after that like I was going after it, trying to swap out some red meat, still have red meat, but have it less, have that more, don't. Just control yourself and don't eat red meat more. That's it.
Makes no sense. Why would you want to make it seem that it's the same thing as meat? Like they have the sausages, they have the burgers. I think they have something that they call
Everything.
steak.
Yeah. Yeah, they use the mushrooms.
I mean, it's not steak for God's sakes. It's veggies.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is why wouldn't you go after something original? Now you're trying to mimic the stuff that you hate.
And that's the
Because
problem. And
most
that's
of
the
them,
problem.
most of them are not doing it for medical reasons. Most of them are doing it because they have that superiority complex. Like, I'm a vegan, I'm better than everyone.
I don't eat things with faces.
I wish I could be a murderer like you.
That tofu and that vegetarian stuff is worse for the environment than a cow is.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter to them. That's a logical.
But you don't see that, right?
I can talk about something controversial for you Republicans in here. Matthew, you bring this up all the time. Do you know that's been disproven that electric cars are worse for the environment than gas cars?
No,
You know
it hasn't. It's disproven? No way. Just to build the battery itself is more.
Okay.
I think if one goes up in flames, that's worse than 10 cars driving around.
Yeah, because it'll go boom, boom.
Okay.
Wait, how is it disproven?
I do want to hear more information about
That's
it.
what I'm waiting
No,
for.
okay. If you believe that and you're dead set, okay, fine.
I'm not dead set. I would like to know more. I'm questioning how. The whole thing is mind-boggling.
It's not true. If we're talking about them being on the road and over time and the battery disposal, the way that recycling batteries have developed over the past 10 years, it's not bad for the... I mean, is it bad for the environment? Sure.
Yeah,
Is it
just
worse
like
than
gas.
cars? No, it is not. It's not.
I
It's
think-
been- I mean, you
okay.
can Google this. It's been.
I will
It just
agree.
came out last month. It is very much not true.
I will agree that if we start doing batteries now and we recycle the batteries correctly and everything, in 50 years, yes, it'll be better than gas cars. I will agree with that. At the moment, though, I don't believe that they're better than gas cars.
Okay.
But Jay, are they talking about disposal of the batteries or the entire process? Like
The
what
entire
do they have
process.
to do to get them both
But the
batteries?
process. But a lot of people factor in the lithium, right? The lithium mining. That's
Yeah.
a big thing that's factored in, and that's a big thing that is countered. And it's not countered from a left side or a right side. It is factual information. I'll send you the link to the whole article with the video. It is disproven. It is bullshit. It's just some shit made up that gets you not to buy electric cars or makes you think that electric cars are bad because people do not like change. Before you write it off, I suggest you do a little bit more research and just listen to one fucking dude on YouTube talking about how bad it is with lithium mines. Look it up. Don't be so dead set on one person being right. Research it yourself. You're wrong.
I'm not dead set. But I do feel that is the future. My personal issue with electric vehicles is the time wasted to charge it. Like I could sit there and go to the gas. That's my only issue. I can go to the gas station and fill up my tank. I don't care how empty you are. You have a 33 gallon.
Okay.
In
You
5
gotta
minutes,
stop.
it's
You gotta
full.
stop, bro. You gotta stop. You're not making any sense. Listen to what you're saying right now. You're using the argument that people used 10 years ago. You don't fill up your tank every day, do you?
No, I
simple
fill it up when it's
question.
empty.
When it's empty,
Right.
yeah. Okay.
Right.
So if you have something where you plug your car in when you come home, you don't ever have to fill it up. And you get 300 miles to the gallon. Matter of fact, there is this whole thing where Porsche came out with it saying that, yeah, you get 300 miles to charge, but if we wanted to, we can make that 300 into 600. Okay. Of course, you're going to tax
do
the
it.
motors. You're going to tax the controllers on it. Same as e-bikes, right? You're going to tax the shit out of it, but we'll get you more range. But you don't get more than 300 miles. Okay. Depending on your car, you might get 380 or 400 miles to the gallon. You don't fill that up every day, just like you wouldn't charge it every day. There's no difference. You don't have to go to a charger. Just if you charge it at home, right? Why do you need
You'll
to
be
go
fine.
charge it
Danny, no, I
anyway?
agree with that.
You charge it
And
while you're
only
sleeping.
Okay,
It
but
only
then
works
let's
to do long hauls. Then
Yeah, that's the issue. Long hauls. Long haul. I'm heavy on the gas. I'm heavy on the foot with my. I'm heavy on the gas with my foot. Right. So if they're telling me that I could get 20 gallons to the 20 miles to the gallon on my truck, I only get 8. Okay. So I'm probably going to have that same problem with an electric vehicle because I'll be gunning it from here to there, back and forth. Right. So my thing is now, if I'm on the highway, I'm going to be zooming. Right. And because of that, I would have to, if somewhere where I have to go that's an hour and a half away, how am I going to recharge that? Now I have to sit there and wait for an hour to get my car charged.
If you're going long distance,
That's my issue. That's my only issue. Other than that, I don't give a shit about everything else. The charging is my issue. That's it. But
It's
yes,
still in the early
locally,
stages.
locally, if you got an electric car, that's the smartest thing you can do. Because once you come home, plug that fucker in, and tomorrow morning you're fully charged again, and you could go and do whatever it is you want.
Well,
let me be more clear here. I want to counter what Bree said because this is my significant other, but I'll counter her argument, and this is in the article. They also cause way more damage to roads. They weigh 30% more than a traditional car. I got your great argument. Watch this. Actually, this isn't in the article, but I got you. What do people do now? When you shop, how do you watch how I do this? When you order right now, how do you order? Online, right? You don't go to a store. Okay.
Correct.
What does that cause more to be on the road?
Trucks.
Tractor trailers. Tractor trailers do more damage to roads than any car can ever do. And they weigh
Agreed.
much more than any electric car. People with electric cars are going to travel less than they do with gas, hence charging, hence having to stop, doing further distances. The more you keep doing online orders, the more that you'll see less corporations, less travel, more trucks on the road, which is going to do more damage to the road than any electric car. So, valid argument, but that's assuming that you have the same amount of electric cars on the road than you do gas cars right now. And in 20 years, you're not going to see them. You're just not
couldn't
going to
you
see them.
counter that, Jay? With like, there's one truck on the road, but that means everybody's parcels or packages are in that one truck. That's not 100 people driving around in a car.
No.
No, it's just one car.
No.
that's
I'm
driving
saying the way
around.
that technology is now, people don't leave their house, right? Everybody wants to work from home, which means more online orders. Amazon orders every year go up by what, 24%? So if using that simple math in the past 3 years, then in the next 20 years, there'll be nobody going to Walmart. They'll all be doing that, which would mean more tractor trailers on the road.
Yep.
And people driving electric cars. But that argument, going through tires, okay, fine. Yeah, because of how much weight it's got to distribute. But look at my RSQ8. That was a V8, and the thing weighed 7,000 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
That's more than most electric cars. And
That's
a
what, 2.5
gas-powered
tons?
vehicle. That's a heavy vehicle. So the argument is moot. It's just the counter argument to not buy electric cars. But again, if you think that electric cars are worse, then great. Okay. It's just wrong. It's just a wrong statement.
Yeah, I can see where it's maybe a counter because in the beginning of the electric cars, especially over here, they made it seem like, oh, that's good for the environment. No, that's also bad for the environment, but it's less bad than they make it out to be.
It's like vaping, right? Is vaping worse than smoking? It's still not good for you. It's just better than smoking. Electric vehicles are better than gas.
Because it's still polluting.
Our instantaneous.
It's just, people just want to disagree with it. Just like they disagree that Harris won't be president. We'll see.
And in the article, Jay, is it by a lot? Is it by a landslide that it's...
No, it's like 20.
That?
No, it's 20%, 18% better for the environment. It's not a lot, but 18 is better than no team.
Right,
Yeah.
18, but over through the course of the years, it could get higher and higher and higher.
That's based off of a projection of 2035. That's
Right.
from now to 2035, 18% better.
It could only get better. I mean, look, I like an ICE motor too, but electric is the way to go. That's the future because, before that, okay, look at battery technology, right? What was before lithium? What is it? Lithium ion.
They're not
batteries?
silent, Bree. Electric
We had
vehicles are
night
not.
setting.
They're not silent, Bree. There's settings in electric vehicles to make them sound like gas cars. That's not
Yes.
accurate. There's speakers all over the car that make it sound. You got to stop with whatever channel you're watching on YouTube because you're getting bad information.
But
Actually,
also, if you're
mandatory
walking
here.
down the street, you should be paying attention. and
Yeah,
not
you
being on your
shouldn't be worried
phone.
about what fucking vehicle you're in.
Yeah. You should be
Yeah, but
looking. You should be looking at the street, looking both ways before crossing, before getting hit by it.
What Bree said, it was that way, but here it's mandatory. They are not allowed to be silent. They have to make a certain amount of noise.
Here too. Here too.
Yeah, same here. It's the same here.
You have to make some sort of noise. Like, okay, it's nice that you're not rumbling a V8 in the middle of the night when you're about to leave your house at 4 in the morning and you're waking up somebody, but you're still making
fair,
some.
But to be fair, Spade, it wasn't in the beginning, and then we did have a lot of accidents with electric cars.
And okay, but what was the reason why we had these accidents? Because people weren't paying attention. If you're driving, you should be paying attention to what's in front of you, to the side of
Agreed.
you, and to behind
Okay,
you.
but there were still more accidents. Now there's less because they make a noise.
Okay. Then okay, and in 5 years when the speaker goes out, okay, and then now you're in stealth mode and you can't hear, then what? People have to pay attention. That's the problem.
But the problem is people don't. You have to protect people
That's
from
another
themselves.
problem. Yes.
Otherwise, people on bicycles wouldn't be in the middle of the road.
Yes.
They wouldn't go between two vehicles straight in front of you.
They're silent.
I mean, it goes into the old saying, loud pipes save lives, motorcycles.
That's for motorcycles, yeah.
Motorcycles, right? Because people are not paying attention. It doesn't matter what kind of vehicle they're in. It matters that they just don't fucking pay attention, whether it's an electric, and it's the same thing with an electric bike. Are you worried about, I think that's more on the driver and not so much on the vehicle. You should, yeah, granted, vehicles now, bro, I couldn't hit somebody with my Santa Cruz if I wanted to. Right, like I have to override the system. I bought that truck to run people over in Florida. I just want to be clear. But now I can't because of the safety features. There's a person. I don't give a shit. Go.
You're in the state, you're allowed to run people over, but you can't because the car says nope.
Jay, since I've never really paid attention to the audio, but do the e-bikes that you ride make any sort of noise? They make the same amount of noise as a regular bicycle, right?
Tell me you haven't watched any of the video. I'm telling
I
you.
don't
Some
pay
of them are
attention to the
louder.
audio. That's what I'm saying.
The Saran is as loud as a friggin' motorcycle.
Okay,
no,
so-
they're not. It doesn't sound like gas, but you could definitely hear it. But if you're listening to music in your car, you're not going to hear it. But again,
Right.
that's on you as the driver. That's
Exactly.
not on my responsibility. My vehicle shouldn't have to be X amount of loud to save your life, to save my own life. But then
I can
again,
understand
that's
when-
where you should do defensive driving, defensive walk,
Yes.
right? That's on you. That's not on the manufacturers.
Yeah, and
Like
then
I could
especially
understand
now-
if your lights are not on at night and you hit somebody. Yes, that's on you because you didn't turn on your lights
Sure.
in your
Sure.
vehicle. That's
Yep.
your fault. I get that
Mhm.
110%. But you can't fault me because my car is silent and you hit me because of that. That's not how that works.
But then one of the other problems is that a lot of kids on bicycles nowadays, they look like you, Spade, with over-ear headphones on, or they have the
Whose
earpieces
fault
or
is
whatever.
that? That's not my fault.
No. I'm just
I'm in a
saying.
vehicle.
That's why I said
understand.
people are stupid. You have to save people from people
I
from
like it better
themselves.
when the strong survive.
Nah, that's not a thing anymore. You have to
I
be
know.
mindful of everybody's feelings and toes and whatever.
Listen, look at Bree and Chad. Talk about argumentative. Holy
Yeah,
shit, bro. Oh my god, bro. It's
She's
gonna
so
be a
against it.
fun after stream. Jesus Christ. It's coming from a woman that doesn't even fucking drive. Yeah, and
Nice.
Bree, you're I don't oh my god. Your argument is so moot. You're saying the pollution. Yeah, you're all I'm saying is this is look up all your studies. That's fine. That's fine. Look up all your shit. The fact of the matter is cars get old, right? An electric car is done. It is less recyclable than or more recyclable than an actual gas car. Okay, gas cars, there's junkyards. They have to strip the motor out. They have to flatten them down. What do they do to them then? Melt it? They sit in junkyards. Rust goes into the dirt, goes into the water system. Then it has to go through a filtration system. Electric
they do
system, you don't
reclaim
have
the
to
metal.
worry about that.
They do reclaim the metal, right?
On electric vehicles or on
No. On
gas?
gasoline cars.
I don't know. I could show you 1,000 junkyards that have cars stacked up to. Oh my god.
We
Jesus
had
Christ.
one, a very successful one that wasn't that far from where I worked, and there was tons and tons, and they ripped cars apart with a special shredder thing. It went on board of huge ships, and it was to reclaim all the metals in it.
Yeah. That's because they're reclaiming it. But the
Yeah, but
junkyards that
I
see
think there's
don't
a
do
difference
that.
between what you mean as a junk,
A junkyard and a reclaiming center.
junkyard and some place that does the reclaiming. I think there's a big difference there.
Because these junkyards, like the ones that I'm talking about, and probably the ones that Jay's talking about, you could go in there and be like, "Hey, listen, I need the fender from that car. Let me get it."
Yup.
And they charge you $50, $100, way cheaper than it is to go buy a brand new one, right? Those
then
are the
probably-
junkyards, but that's a business.
Yeah, and then probably when that car is completely cannibalized, they ship
sell
it
the
off
metal.
to the place where they
Exactly.
crush it and then they recycle it.
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
So
And what are you going to do with old, like the wiring on a vehicle, right? Let's just look at the anybody knows anything about vehicles, Turbo Tony. Look at all the wiring that is in an electric vehicle. Let's just say it's copper. Let's assume it's copper wire. That's worth something,
And
right? You
part
can
of
melt
it,
that down.
Mhm.
Now take apart a regular car and look at all the tubes and the hoses and the rubber and all the scraps
Mhm.
that's created from that one vehicle. Look at the big picture,
Liquid.
man. Look
Yeah.
at the big
No,
picture.
listen, just because you're taking the side of an electric vehicle doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to go buy one. That Jay used to say that he would never.
No, I
get an
like
electric-
gas. I like gas.
I like gas too. I wasn't. When Ram came out and said that they were coming out with an electric one, I was really contemplating waiting to get that one. But in the end, I figured it's not worth it for me right now until the charging gets better. That's my thing. That's the only reason why I say no for now.
300 miles on a single charge is not good enough for you?
For local things, yes. But on the weekends, when I go somewhere with Danielle or something like that, I don't want to spend an hour at a charging station just sitting there waiting for the vehicle to charge.
Thing is, a gas car gives you more the sense of freedom.
While electric is like you have to go here to charge.
No, but yeah, and you're not depending on the powers, the power net or whatever. You can just have a jerry can in the back of your car filled with,
Right.
and you can keep going. That's something, unless you're dragging a generator on your ass, which also needs fuel.
That's why I never understood why they don't make like solar panels on vehicles. Like, yes, it's
You
not.
want to generate enough of power.
But even if your car is just sitting there, right, and you go and do something for that hour, maybe you'll charge 2%. That's better than nothing. It helps, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Spade,
do
they
you
do.
know how much it will cost if you get a little damage on it?
Oh
To
God!
replace
Or the like a rock comes up and breaks one of your panels. Oh my God!
There's pros and cons to everything.
That's only cons. It's not. It's very expensive, and it doesn't give you anything extra. The amount of
Gives you
power it's going to
1%.
generate.
Yeah, it's no good.
Imagine you're
The
parked
only
out-
fear I have
Okay.
is that it's going to force cars to become, at least for now, even more of a disposable item, because I see it happening, not with premium brands, of course, but the cheaper ones. You buy it, and then after, I don't know, X amount of years, you have to put in a new battery. It's out of stock. I don't know when we're gonna have it. And then eventually it turns out you can't buy the battery anymore, and you can't buy a secondhand battery because that's not gonna solve your problem.
But
So
there's
you now
always
have to
modifications. No, there's
Even if you
always
can buy the battery, it's going to
explain
be
They
modification.
have carbureted motors, and they go and buy all-in-one EFI kits, and they swap them out. And now you have an EFI motor as opposed to a carbed motor. You can.
Or
There's
the motor.
always going to be
No,
something.
I'm
that
talking
can
about the
replace
battery
something.
pack. It's probably some proprietary connection that you're not going to be able to fix to get a new battery.
Connect
What
the
are you going
wires
to
and
do?
put it on the other
Just sit
one.
there and solder X amount of 21700 batteries together to make a new battery pack since you can buy the new one? That's
Possible.
what you're going to do.
It's
Yes.
possible. Or you just use
even
a
I'll
if
tell you
different.
what, mate. I know you pretty well. You're going to buy a new one. You're not going to sit out there
No, but I'm saying
soldering.
like there's no. You could do that. Most of my life, only the last 3 vehicles only the last like 9 years have I had new vehicles. All my life, I've always bought used and abused cars. Okay, and
Yeah, but those are gas. Those are
I always
gas.
improve them though. Okay, if
Yeah,
I
but I
had
think
a new
gas
sound
is
system,
easier to
I'd
do
use
improvements
them.
on than an electrical car.
Nope.
That's what you said, gas to EV. I think it's a little more difficult to make modifications to an electrical vehicle.
Nope.
think so. I think it's even easier. You
Yeah.
don't have to worry about liquids.
just
You don't
software.
have to worry about aerodynamics. You
No,
don't have
no,
to.
I'm talking about the battery pack, even as simple for a phone, and you can check that with Apple. Put a non-Apple battery in your phone. See what it does.
But
Right.
that's the same thing they do with cars now, with regular engines. Your insurance company is not gonna like it when your
Yeah,
engine
but
blows up and you've done modifications to it because it's gonna be sorry, sir. No, this isn't
of
standard.
course, but we're talking about an older vehicle. It doesn't have warranty at the moment. It seems stupid, Matthew, but let's say you are able to fix some third-party battery pack for the car that you don't want to get rid of, and you can buy a new battery pack. Every time you turn on your vehicle, there comes a notification. Hey, this isn't an original battery pack. You have to wait for
I-
15 seconds. The error goes away
Yeah.
because you can't get into the software, and now you're in that.
I agree,
You're going
Jordan.
to get rid of it, and you're
I
going to buy a
agree,
new
but
one.
the only thing I see happening is instead of shelling out a couple of thousand for a new battery in the old thing, they're gonna be like,
Mhm.
wait, a new model only costs me 2,000 or 3,000 more.
Yeah, yeah.
Never mind
But that still
if the
proves
battery
it.
is still available for purchase or whatever. People are gonna be like, yeah, it's 5 years old. It's the old
But
model.
that
It's
still
from
proves
2
it.
models ago.
Yeah, but that still proves that what you said is exactly what's going to happen, which in turn means what I originally said is they're turning from something that would last you a long time, a car, on average, a gas car, to something that is now quickly becoming disposable. Let's say
Yeah,
5, 10 years, and now you're forced to buy a new vehicle. Or you can
I
opt for the
think
very expensive battery if they still have it in stock, which for
yeah.
Tesla probably won't be an issue. Premium brands probably not an issue, but if you're one of those unlucky people that buy a cheap one because that's what you can afford, you're probably going to be in that bracket. We can't get it anymore.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. It's not like within 50 years they're gonna go like, oh, look at that classic muscle car Tesla.
Ooh.
They will.
Really not gonna-
I don't know, Jordan. I feel like you're wrong. I feel like aftermarket, somebody's going to create different batteries that
You
for
don't even
aftermarket-
You're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to. The controllers,
Why?
you're going to have to update the firmware of the controller. It's just like an e-bike. You're going to have to update the firmware of the controller, get a new controller, and then you're going to void the warranty out on the rest of the parts, which really isn't much anyway. Motors and ECU. Well, the ECU would be your controller. So, whether someone makes an adapter to take 21700s, no, I don't see that happening. Not in our time. No, I don't.
But
that's
and I want to
what
comment on
happens now with
something.
a-
You guys keep arguing range. I want to tell you something. So Audi has this feature, which most of them do, that if you have 75 miles left to a charge, it literally shows up on your screen. In 20 miles, you could take this to go this route and charge here. You could take this to. So planning your trip accordingly to chargers you do not need to do anymore. And especially in 10, 15 more years, when there's more on the road, you'll see them where you would see gas stations. And for those of you that are saying that you have to wait an hour, 2 hours, no, there's quick charging, 10 minutes. So instead of you waiting 5 minutes, not even 4 minutes to fill up your tank, you have to spread that out into 9 minutes. And you could just turn on the
Drinking
TV
almost
in your
stop, though,
electric
right.
vehicle and, I don't know, get out of the car and walk around. Do something.
But that's the thing, though. You get more stops, though. It's the inconvenience of wasting your time. That's the only thing that I see.
You don't get more stops. I get 316 miles for a full tank of my RS5. The new S5 does 340 miles. It does more than what my full tank does. So what do you mean more stops?
Well, you're saying that if I'm driving somewhere and it's telling me that I have only 75 miles left, I can stop.
Sort of
over
like how
here.
your fuel gauge, you get the little red blinking
Yeah.
thing and you got 25 miles. This is just saying, hey, you got to go here. This is not out of the way. It's whatever, a mile off the highway. So it's not like you have to drive 20 miles out of the way to go fill
Right.
up a tank.
Well, I think all gas stations should be doing that anyway.
Well, they will. They will. They will.
If you're a gas station, do both of them. You'll have more people there.
I'm
I
sure
think
they will.
I think the problem is you're now gauging it. I still believe we're in the early adopters phase.
It
It's
is.
still
It still
not.
is. Even though
So
we're 15, 20 years in already. When was the first Tesla that came out? Right? It was like what, 10, 15 years ago. So we're still in the early phase.
See, I see the problem. For me, the problem is they should have gone
I gotta
combustion.
sign off. I gotta sign off. I gotta go.